Dr. Mohammad Rafi, Associate Professor, Department of Cyber Security at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I want to discuss about network programming and management subject, in which the topic is trace route programming. That means the meaning of the trace route programming means here, in a best, while finding the best the routing which trace out the issues or which trace out the problem in a routers or in a networking. So it is a trace routing programming. With help of this other programming, we can find out the issues and other problems. Trace routing. So these are the programming generally we can use as a command line utility. So it is a command line utility. So that can be used in any operating system. All operating system now you may use. Now you may use in a Linux operating system, or Windows operating system, So any operating system, these trace route command can be utilized and finding the issues. That means here mainly these trace route command which complete the route to the destination address. So which is finding the best route. So number of routes are possible from source to destination. Suppose if you take source to, we are going to sending the number of other packets from source to other destination, here. So it is the destination and it is a source here. From source device to the destination other device. Now if we are going to sending the other packets, so here in between this the source and the destination, now will be in a networking arrange the number of routers. Here is it is a one other router, it is a another router. So number of via the number of other routers, now we can transfer the information, we can send the packets from source to destination. Here is with help of this trace route other command, now we can find the destination address. It also shows the time taken or delays between the intermediate routers. So while sending the packets from source to destination, time delay also which determined, that is trace route command, this command here which determine the destination address or time taken, how much the time taken for transferring the other packet from source to other destination. So it will be determined. The packet can be transferred between the intermediate via the intermediate nodes. The best path can be find and trace out. If you suppose if the packet is delayed, delayed here, now which is finding the delay and how much other delay. So reason, with a reason now it will be find. For example, now if we take the Windows operating system, so in a Windows operating system, now if you utilize the trace route command, here is the trace route command. So that is a in Windows. So now we can use the trace RT. Here it is a trace RT. So these are the trace RT we are using as a command in a Windows operating system. But in a Linux operating system, we can use trace route. But in a Windows operating system, now we can use trace RT. So trace RT, now we are using it as a trace RT. Here, now what we are doing, tracing the route in a google.com. So google.com what we are doing, so it is google.com here, so it is a search engine. The search engine address now we are finding the destination, how much are the data now we are retrieving, how the data is transferring, the data can be retrieved. Here is a Google search engine. Now if we take the Google search engine, now whenever we are searching immediately, so which is finding the Google server, server. Here it is a Google server. So in a Google server, the data in a Google server database, now we can retrieve the data from the Google server data, and that can be displayed to the end users. So by finding the required path. So this is a main application, real-time application. Now here in a tracing route to the google.com, it is a server IP address. If you want to retrieve the information from the server, we have to find out the address. This is the address of the server. And over here, the maximum of the 30 hubs. Now, we are finding the number of maximum number of via the number of routers or via the number of hubs. Now, maximum of the 30 hubs or 30 routers. Now, we are via these 30 hubs or 30 routers. Now, we are tracing or finding the information from server, Google other server. Here this route, this is a host 1. Now which is a tracing serial number. So while retrieving the data, the time taken, the first iteration is a less than 1 millisecond, and second iteration the time is it is also less than 1 millisecond, and third time also less than 1 millisecond. That means here now from this host, from this IP address host, now in a different other times we are getting the information within less than 1 minute, 1 milliseconds. Now we are getting. Here is from this host the time is varies. Here first other iteration, first time now for retrieving the information, for sending or retrieving the information from the Google server. So this is the search engine which is taking the 12 milliseconds and 8 milliseconds, and here is a third time 5 millisecond. The time is varies the different 3 slots now. So if you are searching from the different missions now, so depends upon the mission, the IP address depends upon the processor, whatever the processor you are using. So depends upon that, the time is varies and retrieve the information from the other server. So this is once if it is completed, now trace will be completed. Trace is completed means which is finding the destination address, and based on that the destination address retrieving the information. So it can be applied. Trace route the command can be applied in any operating system. We may utilize in a Linux operating system or Windows operating system or any operating system. Here is what does the above output means. That means the first column is a serial number for intermediate the router. That means 3 packets are sent to every hub to get a good estimation of the delay for every router. The 3 columns which shows the time taken by 3 different packets. Here the last column is the IP address or name of the intermediate router. Here is now what we are doing. The packets, first packet, we are sending the first packet. The first packet, the time at router 1 is less than 1 second, 12 millisecond, and 8 milliseconds, and 12 milliseconds, 9 milliseconds, 13 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds. The first the packet now at route 1 here different other times. The second packet at route 2 the time is the varies. Third packet at route 3 the time is the varies. Here is last one which is the IP address of the host, IP address of that host mission. The output here, 3 delays. The time is the delaying for the first hub, which is followed by the delay for the second hub, and so on. Like this, the number of routers, which will be depends upon the number of routers we are utilizing between the source mission and destination mission. Here is the commands in a Linux and other operating system. Generally, in Windows, as shown above here, the command name is a trace or T. But in a Linux or Unix and Apple Mac OS operating system, the command line is a trace root. Here it is a trace root. In Windows, we are using trace or T. So this is a command. With the help of this the command now, we can trace out and finding the destination and the address. And the time taken traveling, time taken of the packet transmission. Whatever the packets now we are transmitting via the router, so the time taken can be identified. How does trace route work? That means here, now in this the diagram, the number of the packets. So there are the intermediate routers between the source and destination, source and remote host. That is a local host, remote host. So number of the packets can be transmitted in between these two systems. Here what it is doing, it is sending the many packets towards the destination. Here is the packet 1, packet 2, packet 3, packet 4. Number up to dash dash number of packet n. N number of the packets can be sent towards the destination. First set of the packets. That means 3 packets here in this example now are sent. In that way, they are dropped by the first intermediate hub, and control message is received from the first intermediate node to get the time estimation for the first hub. So this is a hub 1. Hub 1 here now first set of the packets are sent. Next second set of the packets are sent. First set of the packets can be dropped at this hub. First hub 1. Second set of the packets can be dropped in hub 2. So up to dash n number of set of the packets can be sent. So that will be dropped at nth hub. Nth hub. So like this now, we can transferring the messages from source station to the destination station. Now the difference between the ping and trace router. The main difference between the ping program and the trace router program is that ping is a quick and easy utility to tell if the specified server is reachable or not. The ping is the router is reachable or not now, which will be informed, and how long will take to sending and receiving the data from the server, it will be intimated here. Whereas trace router, what it will do, trace router mainly which is finding the destination address here, which is finding the destination address, which is finding the destination address. So exact route taken to reach the server, and time taken or time delay can be specified. How much time is taking for transferring the packets to the hub 1, and how much time is taken to transferring the packet to the hub 2, now which will be intimated the time. Here is the main differences. The ping is a utility which is the first developed by the Michael Mus in 1983, and trace route of the packet now, if we see, which is enabling us to locate the address of the destination where the data was unable to send along the transmission channel. Main here, which is locating the address of the mission, and the data availability unavailability can be checked by using the trace router, and the time also we can check with the trace route. And in a ping, if we take the second other difference, it is used to verifying whether a network data packet can reach an address without error or not. So it will be the check. And trace route now, if we take the trace route, so by using the trace route now, which is providing a map of data, so on the internet from its source to destination. So mapping the other data, once if it is finding the destination, which is mapping the data from source to destination. In a trace route, third difference, it is used to checking the for network errors. If is there any errors now, it will be check the network errors. Trace router now, which is helps in the packet capturing. So whatever the other packets now we are transferring, number of set of other packet that can be captured at hubs. At hubs, number of levels, hub level, sub level, hub level 1, 2, 3, 4, up to n number of the hubs now which are capturing. For capturing packet capturing purpose now, which is trace routing command will be very helpful and very useful. If we take the pings, ping is a ping programming command is used in video gaming to estimating the latency and performance. Trace router is used to troubleshooting the hub delays during the video conference. Any video conferencing the calls now, it will be the troubleshoot can be done with help of the trace routing. Ping programming command. So ping programming command, what it is doing, sends a request over the network to a specific other device, identified other device, that is a internet controlled message protocol, that is a ICMP protocol, internet controlled message other protocol. With help of this one, it can be done. Trace router now, so this trace router now which is performing a visual trace route to getting a visual representation of each hub. Here is ping. A ping packet has a time to live value and cannot be changed. That is a TTL value. Ping is nothing but a TTL value that once if you assign the TTL value to the packet, it cannot be changed. Trace route, it is a TTL is a broadcasted by the trace router until a maximum TLL or destination is reached. And the ping now, it is available on a virtually any operating system with network. So if you take the trace router now, which is works by sending the internet control protocol, that is ICMP protocol packets. Now it is based on this ICMP protocol which is working. Ping now, next the difference is ping can be utilized to testing the quality and speed of the network, which is connected. The network is connected between the source and the destination. So what is the quality of the network and what is the performance of the network, what is the health of the network, each and everything can be tested with help of the ping the programming by measuring the RTT round trip time of the packet. Based on the RTT value now, we can find the health of the network. Here is the trace router, what it is doing now. It can be used to identifying the location of the host mission and also which is identify the type of each router, what are the routers, what type of the routers we are using between the source and destination. So that can be identified, type of the routers or servers. Here is the data is processed or not through the whatever the routers we have find, the data is processed or not, that can be find through on its on this way to the particular the expected destination. Here is ping can be used to test the connectivity between the two other devices within a local network over the inter-networking. And trace router. These the trace the router can be used to analyzing the performance of a different network providers or routing the protocols. That means that are used to transfer the data between the two different networks. Now here is which is supporting for the two different networks. Here that means two different networks means now we can transfer the data from the public network to private network. Now it is a private network and it is a public network. So data transparency can be done between the private and the public the network, and also whatever the data you are transferring or routing the protocol, now the performance can be identified. That means data transfer performance and network routing protocol the performance can be identified with help of the trace or router command. Here is now ping is used to troubleshoot the basic networks. That means basic network connectivity issues. If is there any other connectivity issues, that is now if a device is online or not, if the device is connected or not, now it will be troubleshoot, now it will be identified. That means here if a device is online, if there are any other connectivity other problems between the two devices that can be identified. Trace route now which is used to diagnose the complex network problems. If is there any networking complexity, what type of the complexity or exist in a network that can be identified or traced out so with help of the trace the route, such as now which is identify the any looping, any congestions or network miss other configurations that can be very effectively identified with help of the trace route command. So next the difference is a ping the program which is sending the small number of packets to the destination and wait for the response. Here what we are doing now from private network to public network. Now public network. Here we are sending the data. So the data can be sent in the form of the packets. The packets in a ping, if we take the ping program, if it is the devices are the ping programmed the devices, here whatever the information, whatever the data you are sending, so these the ping programmed data or devices or the packet size is a very small size. Now the packets can be sent from the source device to destination device. After sending the packets, now which is waiting for the response, which is the device, the private network device waiting for the response. Public network also here which is the processing depends upon the other task. Once the process is completed, so we'll send back the response to the private network mission. In a trace out now, if we take the trace router, which is sends a series of packets with a gradually. That means gradually what it is doing, TTL time value will be increased to map out the path of the data. Here is it is serially in a trace what it is doing, sending the packets one by one. Here first which is sending the packet 1. After completing that the packet, after completing the packet the transmission, packet 1 transmission here now which is sending the packet 2 up to dash n number of the packets, packet n one by one serially now which is sending the packet. Once if it is sending the packet serially, its TTL value will be increased. Time taken here, time to leave packet, time to leave value will be the increase. Here is time taken for this packet sending is a 1 millisecond. Here after completing that process here now which is taking the time for is a 3 milliseconds, and here is for nth packet is a 12 milliseconds. That means here TTL value gradually it will be increased. So this is the differences between the ping programming and trace auto commands. The objectives are determining the path. Here, main objective means the trace route the programming which determine the path from source to destination. When it is, how it is determining the path? First, which is now finding the destination mission. Destination of the mission now, first it is finding the destination mission. So after the finding the destination of the mission, best path, number of routers here in between this source and destination, the number of routers will be arranged. So which find the best path, which is finding the best the path, shortest path for reaching the destination. For reaching the other destination. Here is while finding the best path for reaching the destination, what it is doing, which is identifying the route of packet and take from the source mission to the destination mission across the network. So that means path data flow can be with this path identification, path determination. Now the user easily understanding the path data follows. Path data flow from source to destination. And the next objective is trace route of the program, which is diagnose the network problems. Here, pinpoint where along the route packets, whatever the packets are sending, so that will be the delayed or lost. So which will be the helping the network administrator to diagnose the connectivity issues. That means if any connectivity issues are arise in between this source and the destination, any routers are damaged. So that will be diagnosed or identify the issues. Or any delayed, any packet is lost now while transmitting the packets between this the route here. If any packet is lost, if any this router is damaged, so this router is issues, damage issue or lost, so which is helping to the administrator, network administrator, this diagnostic network the any other problem, network problems can be diagnosed and identified. So the connectivity issues can be determined and measure the transit delay. So which measures the time it takes for the packets to travel from the source to each hub, that is an intermediate the router on the way to the destination and providing the insight into latency. Here is which is verifying the network integrity, which ensures that the packets are following the expected path, which can be useful for verifying the network the configurations and detecting the routing issues. If any issues, any routing issues, that can be detected and identify the network issues. That means the network integrity can be verified and validated. And next objective is identifying the intermediate devices. What are the intermediate devices you are using? What are the routers you are using between the source and destination? Here is the what type of the routers we are using, so that can be identified, and which is giving the clear picture of the network topologies, which the topology we are utilizing between the source and destination. So which is giving the very clear picture. Based on this the topology, we are transferring the packets from source to destination. So here effectively we can transfer the packet. And security audits. Security audits means now which detect the unauthorized malicious devices on the network by revealing the unexpected routes or intermediate. Here it is a security audits can be done, and optimizing the network the performance. So mainly it's trace router the programming we are utilizing in education purpose also. Why? Because here in education purpose we are the students can learning the tools or understanding how data is routed in a different the networks, and what is the use of the educational purpose in the networking and computer science and computer networks the courses. It is a very useful and a network the programming. It is a very useful trace routing program is a very useful and very efficient. So the outcome of the trace route of the program. The trace route of the program now, which is identifies the path and measure the transit delay of the packets from the source to destination. Here is which is helping the diagnostic network issues. If is there any network other issues between the source and the destination, that issues and network problems can be diagnosed and identify the problems, whatever the problems are they facing between the two networks, and optimizing the performance of a network, whatever the network device you are using, that optimize the performance of the network, and which provide the list of intermediate routers and their response time, and also which ensuring the network integrity and security audits can be done, and provide the with help of this trace route the programming by identifying the issues or problems, so on delays time taken each and everything here by identifying these one here. Now which we can improve the performance of the network, provide the high the security of the network, whatever the network devices we are using, we can provide the high security with help of the trace route of the program. And here the textbooks for this one, the textbook for this one is a Unix network of the programming. Here is the volume one of the person of the education, and also network of the programming, and web references or networking with TCP IP, and here is the SNMP, SNMP V2, SNMP V3, RMON. So these are all the reference the books, and these two are the textbooks. So remaining all are the web references. Here this is about the tracing route of the programming. So very useful, very effectively used in a network of the programming. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.